Hi guys, Ronnie here, welcome back to the Table of Content. In today's video, we are going to be doing a recreation of a Veronica LaForce look that I did a couple weeks ago for her show, Queen Titties of Drag, the Haute Haunt. Just a classic Veronica staple with her glitter cut crease with a dark twist to it. So if you guys are all set, grab your favorite palette, your brushes, and let's get going on this spooky recreation. Alright, so with this look, we are going to be gluing down our brows. You do not have to if you do not want to. If you already got nice dimpled brows, just add some color to it. But for those of us that want to change it up a little bit, do a little different makeup look from time to time and different brows, glue them down. So right now I'm just taking my trusty Umbra glue stick just to glue these caterpillars down to get them nice and flat and for more of an even surface. As opposed to gluing down my brows in the past, this time I'm only gluing half down my I'm only gluing half of my brow down, leaving this little here so that way I can map out where I want my brow to be, and also give some realisticity, if that's a word, but just a little bit of poofiness so that way it doesn't look completely drawn on and completely fake. So now I'm just smoothing it down so that way again I get that nice even coverage all along the face. Okay, then just after you get a couple layers down of your glue for your brows and getting them some time to dry in between, just take a powder poof and press in some powder just to help set it down and lock it all in. Again, just doing the back half of my brow, leaving this nice dimple right here for a little bit of use later on. Next, what you're going to do is just take a concealer or possibly some foundation and just layer over your brow with that. Now I'm just going in with a beauty blender just to blend that in a little bit. Don't want to do too dark because then it will actually really seep into your brow and you'll really get the darkness to pop through. So just lightly put it through and then cover with powder to keep it dry. Alright, so we have one brow nice and blocked down, again with some glue, foundation or concealer, and then some powder on top just to keep it nice and clean. I'm going to do the other eye off camera so that way we can get rid of the boring stuff and move on to my favorite part, the eyes. So be right back. So, don't be mad. Get my brows off camera, and boy did I have fun. Oh, yup. Brows, one of those things that I've been doing for a few years now. It's one of those things that's always a constant practice. You're always going to want to try new styles, new shapes, lengths, whatever. Me, this one always has a almost permanent arch, like, you talking to me? And then this one on this side just, meh, like, I'm here, I'm just chilling. But yeah, like it gives the face a little bit more character, but like this one is always like a, you talking to me in this one. But again, at the end of the day, they both look snatched, they both look great. So I did do my brows off camera. This one is nice and prime, so that way it can get going on with some shade. As I always say, you have time to prime, but yeah, this is where the face is going. Let's keep the ball rolling. Alright, so once again, this eye is all primed and ready to go. Just gonna be grabbing my Jeffree Star Cremated palette. Since it's gonna be more of a dark color, more just like blacks, grays, whites, very simple, so this palette has it all. So first I'm gonna dip into this lighter gray shade just to set it all down so that way I can map out where I want my eye to be. Alright, so once you got that all up in your crease, so again, we're gonna be cutting the crease for a glitter eye, but what you just wanna do is get that right on the brow bone just below, and then bring it out just to drag it out a little bit so that way it creates a sort of wing. You don't want to go too low because then it's just going to droop your face down. At least keeping it up like this will keep the face nice and elongated and really snatch the face. I say lighter gray, but this is more like a medium shade. What we're actually going to do is take a actual lighter gray from this palette. It's Life Insurance, and just go right above just to diffuse it and add some lightness. Once you have it all nice and diffused out on the top, just going to be going with a little bit of black along your brow bone just to deepen it up. So going to go in a sort of rainbow arc kind of shape, and you're just going to stamp it in because you figure when you're going to look forward, for those of us that have hooded eyes, when we look forward, our eye is slowly drooping, and so that black is really going to help it come together. And again, once the cut crease is done, it's going to pop out even more. So now we're going to cut the crease, and as always with my hooded eyes, I just do a little dollop and just do the trick. Look up, and now you can see where it's going to be carved out to make it that much easier. So with a flat brush and some concealer, just carve out that upper lid. Right there, see? So now we're gonna look straight ahead. I'm not like bug-eyeing you, but I'm just simply looking straight. You can kind of see where the concealer is. So that's where the shimmer is gonna be. So when I look straight at you, you can see all the shimmer. So now that that's all nice and laid down, I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade just so that way I can set it all down. Then we're gonna get going on some sparkles. After you just lay down a little bit of gray down there just to help set it down and not make it as tacky. In the cremated palette, again, any sort of palette that you have, I'm gonna be going into 𝚒𝚒𝚒𝚑𝚘𝚗, which is kind of like this carbon glitter stuff. That's what I'm gonna call it. Carbon glitter stuff is what it's called. And so with a packer brush, I'm gonna just tap into that and then gently lay that on top of the eye. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is some glitter. I don't want to touch it because it's so gorgeous, but it is looking a little wonky. You're seeing kind of two little separate pieces here. So we're gonna go back in with the black just on the outer corner just to smoke it out and darken it up a little bit to make some dimension. There, so that just cut a little bit of the glitter, but then not overbearing it and just making it a little bit darker, having a little bit more dimension. And again, wing it up, not down, so that way it elongates your face because this is drag and we want to look snatched. All right, and then lastly, just to finish up the bottom lash line, just gonna take a small pencil brush here in with that same black. I'm gonna slowly smoke out the bottom lash line. There, that way it brings it all together. Whew. Get a little tear-eyed up in here, but that way it just smokes it out just a little bit, brings it all together, and you want to connect it at the back and bring it up into this wing. All right, so all I did was sweep a little bit of black underneath the eye, brightened up the inner corner with some glitter, and lastly I just topped off that little eyebrow tail right here with some white just to really bring it all together. So I think that is one eye all set and done. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera in a quick minute, but I'll be right back. Okay, now that we got both eyes snatched, looking great. This is part of the reason why I've been trying lately to do my eyes first rather than my base, because for one, you can mess up a million more times on your eyes and clean it up and not have to worry about it ruining the rest of your face. So right now I am just going with my favorite primer, the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter in Sherbet. Icy cold just to help prep the skin, get all nice and set. I do a little bit of color correcting, but beyond that, this is the most that I do to prep my face. Either some primer or moisturizer does the same thing, but then once again, you gotta do some color correcting for menses with beards. I know not all menses have beards, not all beards belong to menses, but this orange will help to color correct any of those dark spots. So just the beauty blender is going to go in and blend that out so that way it matches to your foundation. So once that's set, you're just going to put that down, grab your powder puff from before with a little bit of powder, and just to set it so it's not all wet, because if you mix this with foundation, it is not pretty.
Not pretty indeed.
Then once that is all set done, you're going to go in with your base with your favorite foundation. So have at it. Once you got the face all looking good, full coverage all around the chin, just bleed a little bit into the neck. Yes, I do it a little bit on my ears so it looks all together. Next, proud MUA moment. Yeah, looking good. All right, resuming back to the original programming here. We are going to be taking the e.l.f. concealer, my new personal favorite, like absolute new personal favorite. It helps to conceal the under eyes, but it also brighten up. So again, we're going for this little bit scary look. So with the first look, it was more of a vampiress and mistress of evil night. So again, concealing the under eye, and it's just top all the way down to the snatched nose. So all you're gonna do, not gonna go crazy here, but just a little bit under each eye. center. And then bring it right down the bridge of your nose right to the top. Don't go all the way to the end because you don't want it to like look elongated. Little tip right there. So that is how the face looks. Ooh, lastly, just a little bit, sorry, right there on the chin. Taking a beauty blender and just gonna blend it out. Again, just brings it all together. Blending it out just a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little bit of corrections, but I'll be right back. So all I do is just a little bit of diffusing on the side just so it didn't look as much of a harsh line on either side. Again, just blending it all together. I know the forehead looks a little crazy, but again, trust the process. Trust the process, it all comes together. But once it's all blended out, you're gonna take your favorite contouring palette. Mine is the Morphe, just because it has a mix of brighteners, bronzers, contours, some blushes and everything you need to sculpt out the face. So, speaking of sculpting, we're going to be dipping into our contour and again, just sculpting out the face, getting rid of a lot of this jawline and helping to really focus the face and sculpt back the face. So, contour, brush, go. Alright, and after you're done sculpting out your face, as you can see here, I focused it a lot along my jawline just to get rid of this boy jaw. Cut it in a little bit on the cheek just to give my cheekbones a little bit more of that upper elongated look. And again, thin out this forehead. It's not a runway, it's not a freaking airline strip you can land a plane on. Shrink it. But again, that was just a sculpt, but to bring some warmth back in, gonna take some bronzer. Just gently right over that contour just to give it a little bit of more of a browning, sun-kissed look. Nothing too crazy. Again, just to bring some warmth back into the face. Now, my next part, my favorite part, really to bring it all together, baking. Now, get your mind out of the gutter, not that kind of baking. I'm talking about face baking, where you just bake down the higher points and the brighter points that you want. So just taking some powder, just pack that in right underneath, right against the nose. All right. Took a second, but just again, baking all the points. I put it especially right on my jaw, just help soften it up, really help to define that contour. We got a few minutes. What's new? How you been? Here we are at the end of spooky season. It's been a great spooky season, honestly. Like, between the drag gig, the parties, and everything else, like, it has been amazing. You saw in a few videos back when I did my pop art zombie look, that was honestly the pinnacle in the start of spooky season for me. I had never done anything like that before. I was very proud of myself with the way it came out, with the teeth and just the finer details. I had always grown up cartooning, drawing caricatures and just different things I saw on TV, and still gets talked about to this day, especially among my dad, who pushed me so far to become the artistic person I am today. Lo and behold, a drag queen. But just pushing myself in that artistic way, and that really started it for me. And then, of course, having more reason to do drag makeup. It's just been one killer season. But Scott and I had gone to the GSGM Halloween ball, and we did a pop art zombie masquerade look, so I'm very excited for how that came out. Alright, baking's done. Time to wash away. Pretty much towards the end, we're getting there, just a little bit of lippies to go, and then I think it's all done. Something I definitely recognized is Veronica with a black lip is sexy. Veronica, black lip looks sexy. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a black lip. Just finished my outlining, again, getting better at outlining my lip, making them look more drag instead of my natural lip. And so what I found is that you just, right at the Cupid's bow is where you sort of draw a little bit higher. So it's more of higher points up here and right below. If you kind of pull this out a little bit, it's going to look a little wonky, a little too overdone, like you have too much fill in your lips. What I found is that if you just kind of elongate your Cupid's bow and heighten it just a little bit, and then again, just a little bit, so it makes a little bit of a heart, and then go back into fill it, it'll make it that much easier. So after outlining, all I'm gonna do is just fill this in and get that dark, seductive lip going. Alright guys, I think that is the face all set and done. The dark lip, again, bringing it together for the spooky vibes. Keeping it matte, not glossing over because we got this glorious glitter. Now just gonna go throw on an eye, put on my first outfit. Be right back. Well, guys, I think that is it. This is the spooky Veronica cut crease makeup look all done. Wow, I seriously gagging right now. Like, oh my god, all of it coming together. Of course, the nails, but a good lifted lash, a nice bold lip. Oh my goodness, I am in love right now. This is the costume that I wore, Vampirist, Mistress of Evil. Oh, and it all came together. People gagged. I started off this look cloaked with, if you guys have been watching Handmaid's Tale, the red cloak with white wings. I walked in like this. Quick video right here. Excuse me now. But yeah, so as you see, I just enter in and then I strip it off, going on to bum bum be-dum bum be-dum bum. Disturbia by Rihanna. What a way to open it up. My absolute favorite number. Like, definitely a staple for Veronica. Whether dressed like this or any other way, Disturbia by Rihanna is definitely going to be a favorite for this lineup. But guys, this, just this whole look coming together. My goodness, bringing it all back again, giving me spooky vibes. Veronica, welcome back. She is here. She is queer. But just sit right there because I am going nowhere. So, yeah. I may have done more than one look. I mean, why not? It's spooky season. How can I not do more than one look? But, yep, so the first one was Vampirist, Mistress of Evil in the Dark. And then for the second look, number 2, to Ava Max's We Are Psycho, Pretty But Psycho. One of the little spooky, scary skeleton looks. So nothing crazy, same makeup, just different wig. A few little differences, but another look. Loved how it came out. And again with the eye, it just made it all go together. So you just had a little bit of piece of jewelry, some wig, and it's all looking good. Oh man, but sorry to do this to you. We'll see how long this goes, but I'll be right back. We'll see what I become next. Yeah, this little witch, this little bad bitch needs to take a little spin on her broomstick. So yes, the final number was a witch, and what a way to end the show, way to end the night to none other than Levitating by Dua Lipa. I sashayed my way around that dance floor, jiggled. Yes, I am wearing a skirt. What do you think this is? But yes. Oh, I killed it. Absolutely amazing night, and seeing this look come back together, absolutely amazing. I am so happy with how this came out. Hopefully you guys are still here after all this time, but I think that's it, guys. This recreation of Veronica's glitter eye look for spooky season, all complete. Time to shove her back in the bag where she belongs until next time. Yeah. But my next show will be in December, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, have a great rest of your spooky season. Stay safe, stay scary,